everyone, this is Mr. Sess and I'm here today to do One Piece chapter 829 review. Now this chapter is pretty simple because it has two main things. The first thing is that the map that Purin gave to Luffy and his crew seems to be legit, so the map doesn't seem to be a trap yet, but they are navigating after the map and they are getting to Whole Cake Island without being detected. And the second thing is the powers of Big Mom. We get a hint about the powers of Big Mom. So that's mainly the chapter. It's not that complicated, but the chapter is pretty goddamn cool because it's the first time we see Big Mom in actuality. We get to see her and we get to see part of her powers. And it's pretty insane. I don't know what devil fruit that could be, but let me not ramble on. So when the chapter starts, Nami is following the map that Purin gave them, and so far it seems to be okay. They were approaching an island of Gem according to Chopper, and of course Chopper and Luffy wanted to go ashore, but they don't have time for that, and if they go ashore they are going to be spotted. So they are going to circumnavigate the island according to the map, and we see those little catfishes that Big Mom has on the bottom of the seafloor, and they do not see them because they don't approach the island. They follow the map that Purin gave and they don't approach the island, and the catfishes or whatever they are, they don't see them. So they travel unspotted so far. Of course, Luffy kind of is getting bored, so at first he takes the stern of the ship. He doesn't do so good. Then he wants to go to the kitchen and prepare food. Nami doesn't leave him. Brook is now taking the stern of the ship, and Luffy doesn't have what to do. Carrot, same thing. She doesn't have what to do, so she tells Peido to let her spot whatever Peido does. And Peido tells them that he has been on this sea before, but before he can continue with his story, a giant centipede attacks them, and Luffy and the others have to take down the centipede. And of course they have done this time and time again, so I'm pretty sure that that centipede will not cause them any trouble. Then for the second part of the chapter, we jump to Whole Cake Island, and what we find here is pretty goddamn interesting. So let's take it part by part. First of all, we find out that the Big Mom has a disease. She is sick with something, according to the manga stream translation. I will check this in the future, maybe there was some mistake, but according to this translation, she is sick, and from time to time she gets these tantrums and she craves certain sweets, and if she doesn't get those sweets, she eats everything in her way. And that includes building, it includes a lot of things, because the entirety of their town, including their capital, is made out of sweets, just like in the Cacao Island where everything was made out of chocolate. So Big Mom eats until she gets what she wants, and she throws these tantrums from time to time, and nobody can stop her. Nobody. So that's pretty important, that Big Mom has this momentarily lapse of judgment until she gets to eat what she wants to eat, these tantrums, and she doesn't remember afterwards. After she gets to eat what she wanted to eat, she doesn't remember what she's done. And also, when she's in this state, she's very violent, very vicious. She doesn't even recognize as her own sons, her own daughters, and she will kill anybody that's in her way. So the capital of Whole Cake Island must be evacuated because Big Mom is coming there, and she's looking for this crocreme boucher. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know, crocreme boucher. Anyways, it's some candy stacked upon each other, and even that candy is pretty weird because the candy is alive. Everything Big Mom eats, or everything Big Mom puts her hands on, it's alive. Like, I don't know what's happening there. Why are the sweets alive? That's a question mark I have. So basically, while the chefs of Big Mom are trying to make this dessert, because they know they have the ingredients, they just cannot find the ingredients right now because the ingredients are alive, and the ingredients were staying at a hotel, so the candy was staying at a hotel, but they left, so now they are tracking the ingredients down to make Big Mom the dessert she wants. Until then, Big Mom is on a rampage and she's destroying everything in her way. and her son is the 16th son of the Charlotte family, Charlotte Muscat, like in the wine Muscat. He tries to stop her. And she basically doesn't recognize him, and she tells him that if you're in my way, I'm going to kill you. Then the most important thing of this chapter happens. One of the guys that is there is telling Big Mom's 16th son that he's trying to stop Big Mom, so her son is trying to stop her. And one of the guys there is telling this guy Muscat, calm down, if you cower, she'll take your lifespan away. So this guy is starting to fear Big Mom because she's on a rampage and she's getting all up in his face, and he's starting to be afraid, he's starting to cower. And right when that happens, something starts oozing out of him, like, I don't know, some sort of substance, some sort of substance start oozing out of him, and that substance is his lifespan. And of course, when Big Mom sees that lifespan, she takes it and she eats it, and according to what they say, that was 40 years of his life. So Big Mom eats 40 years of his life, and this guy, I don't know if he's dead, but right now he's out, he's blacked out, and they are saying that he's dead, but he doesn't seem dead to me. Anyway, this is very, very important because of Big Mom. If Big Mom can eat lifespan from other people, then she may be a lot older than we think she is. I mean, she has 100 and something sons and daughters. I don't know if 100, but 80 something sons and daughters. So she may be a lot older than we know if she can eat the lifespan of other people. I have no idea. But she does so, she can do so when these people cower. So you can already see that Oda is setting up the fight between Luffy and Big Mom, because Luffy never cowers. And if Luffy never cowers, Luffy is always head on, and he shows courage even in front of death. So if Luffy never cowers, then I don't know if Big Mom can take his lifespan away. So Luffy, in a way, with his overwhelming courage, might be the exact antidote to Big Mom. Of course, we know too little about Big Mom's powers to say anything right now, but it's pretty amazing. And of course, at the end of the chapter, Jinbei shows out of nowhere, and he has this croquette boucher that Big Mom wants, and basically he feeds Big Mom the dessert she wants. Big Mom comes out of her tantrum and sits down and has a talk with Jinbei, and basically she's saying that she thanks Jinbei for the poneglyph that he has brought her. So Jinbei has brought a poneglyph to Big Mom, probably the poneglyph that was on Fishman Island that Robin already read. But nevertheless, it seems Big Mom has tasked Jinbei to bring obelisks, poneglyphs to her. So she has one, but she cannot read it. She has nobody on her island that can read it. And it seems that Jinbei wants to tell her something. Jinbei wants to communicate to Big Mom something of utmost importance. And Big Mom says, you wouldn't be leaving my crew now, would you? So Jinbei is in the crew of Big Mom, but I don't think that's what he wants to talk about. Maybe he wants to leave to join Luffy. Maybe he wants to stay out of the upcoming fight because he's on no one's side. I don't know what he wants to communicate to Big Mom, but he wants to tell her something. Now, a little bit about Big Mom's appearance. From what we can see from her appearance, she's a giant, and she looks like Weeble's mother, if you ask me. Her name is Charlotte Lin, which is crazy, and I don't know, there's nothing else about her. She has a ring on each of her fingers, but I don't know if that's of any importance. There's nothing standing out with her, at least that I can see. But basically that's the chapter. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a nice day.
Any rational society would either kill me or put me to some use.